I'm quickly going down to the city to get some takeout food for my daughter and other stuff because I'll be going out tomorrow with the village people up to the hills about 7 o'clock in the morning. So as usual, I'd like to talk about different subject when I get down because you know my videos of advice and comments are not scripted. I just do this spontaneously. I had a few emails from my viewers asking about what is my own opinion or what can I say about Filipina qualities, because they have been viewing some Filipina channels saying what is a Filipinas like, you know, and knowing that I'm also a Filipino, they want to see what is my stake on it about saying that Filipinas have histories. Most Filipinas have histories. Most Filipinas are told by their parents that your role in life is just to produce children. All I could say, I grow up in a very poor background, but my parents, even the non-school where I grew up with on my childhood, did not tell me that my role in life is just to produce children. I have many Filipina friends who are a bit like me, go-getters. Success is our goal in life, not having children. My mother told me, I could never forget this. Never ever bring a mouth into this world that you cannot afford to feed. And she is like that to all of us. That's why my older brother and my younger sister is still single. They are both still single until now. She didn't tell me that your only rule in life is to go out there and have children. The nuns in the nun school didn't tell me that you grow up, we groom you to all these manners and all this whatever. Your rule is to have children. I think that kind of opinions about Filipinas, they're only speaking for themselves, because like any other countries in the world, there are losers, there are winners. There are different kinds of characters of people, and you cannot generalize it according to you and according to your community, according to your circle. I could say I am bought in thinking the exact words of my mother: do not bring any mouth into this world that you cannot afford to feed. My sister is still single until now. She is the manager of one of the biggest call center here in Cebu City. She is also running her business. She is still single, but she's just a biggest bitch like me. That's why we always clash. But that's what we are installed in our mind, that we are not just here to bear children. That is depends on your surroundings. I have friends. Some of them are even in the judiciary. They are still single. They are also coming from a poor background, but they never been resigned to the fact that most Filipinas are told that your role in life is to have children. And also another issue that I was asked about, most Filipinas already have a history on relationship. Some has hidden. Come on. I'm a Filipina. Old B is my first boyfriend. I never had any past relationship or history. And I know a lot of Filipina who are successful in their own life, running their own business on the top of their careers, but they never have any boyfriend. Why? Because we are so busy in fighting that ladder of success, you know? We are not just satisfied to be an employee. We have to be there on the top. So, you can imagine it. Why generalize the Filipina? Because that's maybe what you have seen around your own circle, your own community, but not like me. I have a few friends that they are still single right now. but they are running several businesses. They are another rags to riches story. They are not only relying on marrying a foreigner or marrying someone to take them out of poverty, because poverty is not a crime. Use it. Use it as power. You got nothing to lose. Power for success. That's what I do. It just happened on my life that I meet someone like Old B that brings me to this level that I am now financially. But no, I could survive. I was surviving before I met him. I have my own career, blossoming career, high paid career. But of course, I miss the relationship aspect. I have been so busy building up that career, and I can attest, I personally know Filipinas that are the same. So not most Filipinas have relationship histories, because not all Filipinas are sluts. There are a few in the society, like any country. There are sluts, there are pretenders, but you can tell. It won't take long for a person to tell if it's genuine or not. Gotta have to take the button for the parking. So improvements and all, it's all in your hands. It's not down to what you marry. And also these foreigners that marry those kinds of Filipina that was described on the video, perhaps they're like that. I mean, there's a saying that you find your own. I could attest that to myself. Old B will never ever marry a Filipina who's a big age gap, with a big age gap and with history. And also, number one, that cannot sustain a conversation, proper conversation. And again, as a Filipino myself, I feel that other issues that been raised on that video that you refer to me, two of them referring that video to me, the girl is trying hard to earn on YouTube. So it's up to you. Use your smarts on what you believe. I wish her all the best on her endeavor. But please, as a Filipina, you cannot just say things like that, because you could only say, like I said, it is also appearing in most countries. There are slobs, there are losers, and there are also winners. There are women achievers, achieving in their own different fields. And for people like me, Filipinas like me, who are set foot to change the course of their life, but not just marrying foreigners, they also exist. Most of my friends are like that. We are always improving ourselves, climbing up to that ladder of success, so you don't have to worry about financial problems when you are retired. You have investments, you have assets, and nothing can stop you from achieving what you want. It's all in your power. Like most people in the world, it's all in your hands. It's not just take down. That is the tradition. That's what you brought up with. Your own. You are not just limited to what you've been told. So a Filipina, actually, like any partner in the world, is also like, if you're lucky to find the right one, then you will find a very faithful partner, wife or girlfriend, that will stay with you, because most Filipina actually are very loyal partners. If they get married, that's it. But of course, like I said, influence outside, influence on the real world, and also perhaps you yourself as a person will not be compatible together. Even if you have the same qualities, the same characters, but you will not be compatible together. So I just feel it insulting to say most Filipinas have past relationship. I know a lot of people who are under success, who are on the top of their game, but they have not given up the most treasure that they have, which is their chastity, and they're still single until now because they have chosen their careers over just being a person who creates children. I have to cross over. So going back to my Filipina characteristic video. So a Filipina in itself is a very loyal partner, a very grateful partner, and they are also a very loving and caring partner. That is the general gist of why so many foreigners are marrying Filipina. And so I'm just feeling insulted about those, the pressure that you have because you're installed to just marry, or your purpose in life is to have children. You only have to speak for yourself, because that's not the way most Filipina are brought up. Number one, me, I was not brought up like that. And I don't care if I get married or not, but at least I don't want to marry someone's older than me, a lot older than me. Old B is only a few years older than me. I'm on my 40s, he's in his 50s, but when we get married, we get along so well. We are now going on to our 24th year of being married. And for us, it's first marriage for both of us. So am I not the right person to talk about successful relationships? But there are other channels as well that they are advising you about successful relationship, and they themselves has been a multiple divorcee. What? You should also, another thing that I advise my viewers, when you look at all these advices on the YouTube, as a YouTuber myself, look at the person in itself. She or he may be advising you how to run a successful business, how to run a successful relationship, what are the do's and don'ts. But look at them, they can't even succeed in their own life without YouTube, without the illusion of YouTube that they are here a successful businessman, having successful relationship. Come on, it does not take a genius for you to look at it. And so overall, Filipinas, like any women in the world, have bad qualities, had good qualities, strong Filipinas, weak Filipinas. But the same as the Western world and all over the women in the world, there are weak, there are strong, there are bad, there are good. That's all I could say about that subject. It's just common sense.